No! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video, welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, and welcome back to... That sounded really weird. Welcome back to what is another video, another thing that's completely different, because that's what we like doing here. Today's going to be our bucket list, well, my bucket list, almost, because it's something that I've really wanted to do. It could kind of give me like a goal or something, you know, that I could work towards on when I do this, and it's something, you know, that I'd like to do. And because then it gives me kind of more of a realise now that everyone else knows what I want to do, there's more chance of me actually wanting to do it and like actually getting to do it, because I don't actually know how that makes sense, but in my mind it does. I can't explain how it makes sense, but it does for me, okay? Hopefully it does for you guys as well. Without further ado, we'll get into this video now. The hair is probably all over the place, but we might as well just go for it anyway. One main thing, of course, every YouTuber would want this, is to kind of get a decent amount of subscribers with YouTube. I mean, for me, the first goal will be to get to 100, which is very pissy, but I need to do it. Because you can't start, you got to start low and build your way up. You can't start all the way up at the top, because I'm not going to predict myself to get like, you know, like 3 million subscribers in a year. That's not going to happen realistically, unless I'm, you know, just suddenly I have this mad thing that just takes off and everyone loves me for it. That's not going to happen, basically, just because that's not going to happen. I'm like the most boring person on planet Earth, so that's not going to happen. But so we're going to try something else as well. So I said, for me, my first goal will be 100. Then maybe once I get to 100, you know, maybe like 500, 1,000, 2,000, etc., etc., and eventually build our way up on those sort of targets of where I want. I don't have like a target of when I want to get there. I just know I want to get there, sort of thing. So I want to have like a decent following. It's not going to happen, but if I just keep on doing what I'm doing, then I can't see why I can't try. The second one then, that's going to be to move out and be able to survive. Now that's a bit confusing, but if you don't know, I'm 18 and I still live with my family. Makes sense. I've only just finished school. I've just gone straight into work, and I'm not like being paid or anything yet for it, because it's all voluntary. So what that means is that I basically wouldn't be able to survive if I moved out house now. So I'm planning, apparently, we're looking at houses for me to move out within the next 2-3 years, which is reasonable. And hopefully by that time, you know, I've got a decent job that's giving me decent pay and stuff like that. It's actually another thing to go on a little bit later. But so yeah, I want to be able to move out and, you know, be able to survive in a new house, living on my own, maybe with somebody else as well. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but, you know, just to move out, so be able to live on my own and, you know, be able to survive. So, you know, I've got everything that I need to, like, you know, sleeping well, eating well, all sorts, like, you know, just living well, kind of. Well, it doesn't have to be well, but enough for me to be fine, you know. Hopefully that makes sense. Probably not, but oh well. The next one is something that I said about earlier, is that I kind of want to find a job that I both like and has a decent amount of pay as well, because you'll notice that a lot of these things I won't be able to do unless I have a decent amount of money, which is understandable, and that's what most people's bucket list, they have these really like outrageous things that they want to do, but they know that they're probably never going to do it because they can't earn enough money for it. And so I want, you know, a job that has decent pay, that's got like, that I can, you know, start ticking these things off without you know, without like getting, you know, like depressed about it or whatever, because I want, you know, I want to have a decent life, you know. I need to have a decent job, and you know, then I can say like, oh yeah, this is like what I do for a job and I really enjoy it, and then it's got a decent pay as well, which is just double bonus sort of thing. So that's kind of what I want, and yeah, there's a possibility of it happening. I know that it's a very, very unforeseen thing, especially in my life, because the amount of times I was looking for a job that I could not, like, that I could actually like see myself doing. There's a lot of jobs that came up and I was like, no, there's no way I'm doing that. That sounds really boring, stuff like that. And I didn't really fancy doing that. So, I mean, who knows, maybe this will be my job if I manage to get a decent following. So if I took off number 1, then I might be able to do decent number 3 as well, because I enjoy doing this. I really do. I just need to make sure I come up with the ideas first, and that's probably my biggest struggle. So number 4 is going to be to like settle on a niche on this channel. So I've got all sorts going on this channel, and that's probably why that's a problem that I know a lot of people have, is that you know, when they can't decide on what they want to do, they don't have their set niche, then it's quite hard to make, like, for you, the YouTube algorithms or whatever it is to, you know, recommend you to people who would enjoy your content. Basically means that if the YouTube algorithm will make you have, what does it mean? It's like you can get the subscribers that will like your channel and they like things. So, you know, there might be a few things about football that people will draw to my channel, you know, like with my FIFA career mode, with the Champions League video that I did, and all sorts like that. And then lots of gaming as well, because I did the F1, I've done FIFA, as I already said. I had the one Minecraft video, which I don't know about that one anymore, because it's a little bit of a tense situation at the minute, but that doesn't matter anyway. And for another day, well, I doubt I'll ever talk about that because it's just stupid. But yeah, I want to basically settle on a niche, which means that people that want my content will then be attracted to my content, which then means it'll probably get a little bit better because I won't have such a random amount of things. So I've got all sorts going on this channel, as you know. I mean, I've got my Arsenal vlogs. They will be done come like April. After April, they'll be done. I've got to do one every month. It's like a contractuary requirement that I do a video. I don't have to upload it to YouTube, but I decide to because, 1, why not? 2, content, even though it mucks up the niche, but oh well. And yeah, so I've literally got all sorts of stuff going on. And you know, I did the vlog things as well. I couldn't think of a name for them, so I said vlog thing because it makes kind of sense. It wasn't really a vlog, but it kind of was at the same time, and it was really confusing. So it's a bit like the Gran Canaria one, but then also not at the same time. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so next one. I'd like to join, like, I guess I could say that. I'd like to join a YouTube group. So of course you've got some like really high class YouTube groups that, you know, everyone is like really loves because they work so well together. So of course you'd think UK YouTube scene, Sidemen, simple as that. Of course, as you guys know, I'm quite a big fan of them, and yeah, they just will come out with this amazing thing because they've just got such a good chemistry together, and I'd love to have that with people because, that I could use, you know, it would help kind of boost everyone's following. So no, it won't necessarily have to be that we have to make our own channel straight away, that's fine, but oh shit, this has gone up. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, we're going to have a channel that's a whole group channel, but you know, something that where we could all like come together and we can, you know, like make massive collabs with loads of people that I think that, you know, everyone would really enjoy, and all sorts of stuff like that. I think that'd be really good. I think you'd want to start solo and then kind of build a group together with these people, and then maybe release the channel at a later stage, a bit like what you see the Sidemen did. And I'd love to do something like that, just because I'd love like doing videos with other people. As you know, I can't really do stuff with other people because I don't know much other people that, you know, would be interested in doing this on my channel. So, you know, if you know, you're watching this and you'd like to be in a video, please come. Not my sister though, because she's not doing it at any point soon. And I know she's probably watching this. Actually, she's probably not, but don't. Okay, you're not doing it. Next one is a little bit of a weird one, but I mean, it would just be a cool thing to do, wouldn't it? I'd love to be in a movie. Just, I know, I can't remember who it was, but there's a guy that I watched a video of. A lot of these will come from, you know, I've seen a video about it and I'd be like, yeah, I'd really like to do that. And I saw one of the, like a guy that he just was an extra in a movie or something. I think it was like the Hunger Games movie or something. And I was like, wow, that's a really cool thing. And I started like cast calling myself and stuff, you know, to all those cast call sites and stuff like that. So I tried to like find ones that are local, and I just had a look about it, and it doesn't really work anymore. But because I have, you know, I think I'm actually out of the ages that I said I was. So I think when I did it, I was like 15, 17 or whatever. Of course, I'm now 18 plus, so kind of, or 18 to 21 or whatever it would be. I'm not in that age now, so you know, it's like perfect opportunity for me to do it, but I can't really be bothered. But I'd love to do something like that. I'd just love to be in a movie, like no matter how important it is. I mean, to be like a star in a movie, of course, that'd be sick. I'd have to, you know, up my acting skills a little bit, but that'd be sick. But then, you know, just to be in a, even like, yeah, an extra casting, that'd still be quite cool, just to see like, oh yeah, I'm in that movie, and maybe, you know, maybe in the credits at the end, to just see your name in there, it would be like, especially if it's a successful movie, to just have your name in there, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's me, that's really cool, you know? That'd be just something that I'd really love to do. Yeah, the next one is something that I've come very close to doing many times, and I haven't done it yet. But I do want to do it but I can't do it yet because I don't have the equipment, and I've come very close to doing it, and I've got some stuff hopefully that, you know, might be able to do. And that's to write and produce my own song. I've come very close to doing that. If you know, some of you have come from Talia's gaming channel, there's, you know, some people, because I was one of the first members on there, and I was quite like a well-respected person in chat, so to speak. But yeah, for those of you guys come over, you might know that before, like, just as I started kind of with her, she challenged me to write my own song, and then she kind of forgot about it, which is fine. I kind of forgot about it as well, but I did it for a day, and I made like, I think I recorded myself for about 2 hours, and I got nothing, literally nothing at all. But I did have some old songs that I did produce. I can't find them anymore, but that's fine. I mean, I did not produce, I did write them, a couple of songs, which was quite fun. But I'd really like to, you know, actually get a proper one done, and, you know, that I could have a decent, like decent music in the background, you know, that I've made myself, rather than one that I've just like copied off something. Because I do want to like produce songs, because I think that'd just be so sick. Which is kind of working with the next one as well. I don't know what number it is because I haven't numbered them, but it's like to make an album as well. So I have lots of these songs, and then, you know, I'd written a load of songs, and then I've then made them into an album. That'd be quite cool. I mean, I've come close to a cover album. I do want to do one of them, and I think I'd probably do that first, because they're songs that, you know, I'd be writing the songs maybe as I do the cover songs. And I mean, I did do something, you know, that's a little bit interesting about that, but you probably don't understand that yet, but you might have seen it at the end of one of my videos. I did show something which is a little bit interesting. Hasn't yet got anything with it, just because I shouldn't have gone that early with when I wanted to do it, because I don't have the equipment yet. Hopefully by the new year I might be able to, like, you know, have enough that I can do it, because if you don't know, I've got drums upstairs, and they're kind of just sitting collecting dust at the minute because I can't do anything with them. I stopped playing the drums about 3-4 years ago now. Probably more, yeah, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, one of the two. But yeah, waffling, I can't do that anymore. But hopefully I'm thinking about selling them, and then maybe getting something like a guitar or a piano, which like a keyboard, I should say, which will be a little bit easier, you know, to do it and sing at the same time. Because I don't know whether I back myself as a singer or not, but because I'm like the most self-conscious person there. I know that I'm not as good as some people, but out of the way of that, next one. Again, it's similar to the whole music thing, and I'd like to like host a concert. So, you know, again, it's similar to just things I've seen on YouTube, and I'd be like, I want to do that. I really want to do that, and that comes from JJ and Randolph's tour, because, you know, I went to that one. I went to the one in London, and then I'm hopefully going to the one later in this month with Sunset Sons, which I really hope I can do. I might be able to vlog a little bit of it, you never know, because it's a little bit of a more unknown one, which would be a little bit interesting to see if I could do that. But yeah, that'd be something that I'd really like to do, to like host a concert or something like that, which is kind of works with the next one as well, because I said to host a charity event as well. And as I keep on saying, a lot of this will cost a lot of money, and that's fair enough. Like hosting a charity event, so, you know, you've got like there was the you know, the Sidemen charity games, you've got the Wembley Cup, the football ones, you've got festivals. I think what ones do I think about that? You know, like how you got Upload. That was one that I thought was really interesting. You had Morgs Fest. Things like that. I'd love to do like a charity event like that I can be like, wow, we've raised a load of money, and that's going to a cause. I think that'd just be amazing, you know, to be like, well, I'd have to be recognised by a lot of people to be able to do that, which means it's going to be a long time before I can do that. We've done 10 so far, and this is the 11th one now, and that would be to just drive good car, nice car, that'd be nice. Nice. I'm currently on my first car. I've been driving for, what's that, about 4 months, almost 5 months now. And I mean, I've been driving for a lot more. I've been driving for over almost a year and a half. But you know, it took me a while to pass my test, but that's fine. But I've passed my test now. It's about 4 or 5 months ago, and yeah, so I've got my Clio at the minute, which I'm really happy with. I mean, it's really good, and I'm happy for it. But I know that I won't want to just be driving this little Clio that's already 6 years old, almost 7 years old, and I don't just want to be driving that realistically, which is fair, you know. Yeah, I want to get like a decent car that I could use. So I know Tom's got his sights set on this like AMG Mercedes A-Class or whatever it is, and so I was looking while we were away, and this was kind of what inspired me to make this bucket list, because there are a lot of things that Tom and I have just come up with, like, yeah, this would be really cool, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna put that on a bucket list, and then I'm eventually gonna make a video out of it, and now I'm making that video. Just because, yeah, I feel like some of these stuff I really love to do because I find them really interesting. So yeah, to drive in a nice car. So I think I was just looking at cars while I was on holiday. We were in the Florida Mall or something like that, and my mum and my sister had gone to do stuff, and my dad and I were just looking at cars because Tom was telling me about this one that he really liked, and I was like, okay, if I had a budget of like 20 to 25 grand on a car, what would I go with? And there's some decent cars there. I think that'd be really cool, just to have a nicer car than what I've got now. Of course, I think my dream car would be like, without a doubt, would be the McLaren MP412C. I know it's a bit old now, but that's just always been the one that I really liked. That's never going to happen though, because it's really expensive and the insurance would be ridiculous, but I just really like it. And again, the whole money thing comes in onto that. Now the next one kind of works with that, because it's with Tom, it's about driving, and this is something that I made a long time ago, and I was like, you know, once we were old enough to drive abroad, Tom almost is, he's really close to it, actually. He's like 5 months away from being able to, say, 5 months away from 21, which is what the legal age where you can then drive abroad. I'm nowhere near it, I'm still 18. So for when I can drive abroad, I'd love to do what is kind of this dream road trip around the United States, and it's been something that I've wanted to do for a really long time, and it's based, because I've already sorted out a route that I'd want to do, because it's based on a film. It's based on Need for Speed, the movie. If you guys haven't watched that, I would definitely recommend it. It's probably still my favourite film of all time, even better than Endgame in my eyes, just because I really enjoy it. Soundtrack's awesome, story's great, and then lots of fast cars that are really cool and really nice, even though I think they're all shells or something like that when they filmed them, but you'd expect that. Yeah, so to drive, like, you know, decent cars and do this US road trip from east to west would just be amazing, really. East coast to west coast. I think you start in New York, well, it's not in like New York City, it's the state of New York. I've forgotten what it's called somehow, and then we end up in San Francisco. I think it's San Francisco. I think it's from San Francisco. Yeah. So that would just be amazing. I think there's stops in Detroit, Utah on the way, stuff like that. I just love to do that so much, and that would be with Tom being with my dad, probably my uncle as well. Just because, I mean, we're all massive fans of that film, and we really want to do it. Basically, well, at least I really want to do it. My dad found it a really good idea, and I can't remember what Tom said, but I'm sure he'd be down to do it anyway. Just because, I mean, driving all in separate cars as well, make ourselves a little convoy. Oh, I love it so much, you know. Yeah, next one is to organise what would be a surprise holiday for my family. But I mean, it's not really a surprise now. I mean, it probably still won't be for an absolute age if I do it, but I still love to do that. Again, it would probably be a video, and I'd get them to like record it, just because I feel like it's perfect. Both sides of my family have 11 people in it. And then take me out of the equation, and you've instantly got 2 teams of 5, and that'd just be amazing. I'd love to do something like, you know, like, literally, this has come from the the Sidemen, you know, £100 versus £10,000. I think you had the 200 versus £200,000, and then the road trip as well. I'd just love to do something like that. I'd love to be able to do it. This is such a good video idea. It really is such a good video idea. And I just love to do something like that, you know, for my family, just because I think they'd really enjoy it. I mean, I did a mock one the other day, which is quite funny. It was not the other day, last night, and I found that quite funny, just doing it. The next one, again, similar, you know, taking people on holiday, and that would be, I'd like to just take someone, like surprise someone with Disneyland. I really like the idea. I mean, of course, I've literally just come back from it, which kind of makes sense. And, you know, everyone knows kind of what, something that I'd really like to do, because I feel like that'd just be like a perfect, you know, perfect holiday. I really do. Just say, even like, you know, 2 people going up to Disneyland, you know, best mates, you know, if they're partners, whatever. I just think that's really, I'd really enjoy doing that. I really do. Just so, I don't know, it's really strange, it's really cringy, but oh my god, I just really like to do it. A lot of these are with people. That makes sense, because, and it tends to be with Tom, because he realistically is probably one of the closest people to me. Understandably, you know, cousin, similar age, same gender, makes sense. Similar interests, of course, always. Yeah, we'd love to, you know, attend an F1 race together. If you didn't know, when was it? That's about 5-6 years ago. I attended an F1 race in Silverstone. I went to, well, all I remember is that Rosberg won, Hamilton had a puncture, like 2 punctures in the race, and finished 4th or something like that. It was when it was Mercedes domination. I mean, it still kind of is, but it was when, like, just before Rosberg tried it. I want to say it was like 2014, 2013, one of the two, because I think it was just before I went into year 8, because I remember writing about it in my English, we did like a little English creative writing homework thing. I remember writing about it then. But yeah, that's something that I just really like to do. Again, well, I've only done one, but then to do one with Tom, because I know Tom's never been, especially if we did one abroad as well, that'd be really fun. And a similar thing to that, again, is that the next one is to go to every F1 race on the calendar, perhaps like in a season with Tom. So take a year out of work, whatever, and just go to every single one possible. And there's a video made by the YouTube channel WTF1. If you haven't heard of them already, I would definitely recommend them as well. I think I'm subscribed. I probably aren't. I'm probably not actually, but yeah, I definitely recommend it. They did a video, and well, I said Matt did a video where it was, and they did lots of research into it, so it was really interesting, and how much money it would be to go to every single F1 race in the calendar. Of course, they used the 2019 season, so I think we've got some different races for next year in the 2020 season, etc. But this one was quite interesting. It was like something like £13,000 to go for like a really low budget, all of them together. So if Tom and I say we got decent jobs, we've been working at it for a decent amount of time, and we can just take out a year, say we've got enough money, say we've got like 20 grand or something like that, we could go just to every single one. We could just take a year out and just be like, go travelling for a year. And so we'll go to Australia for like May or March, whatever it is, and then go to Bahrain and China and etc. And then we just go to every single race. I just really love to do something like that, again, because it's just one of these things that I've been like, yeah, I want to do that, because that'd just be fun. A lot of these from now on are really, really weird and really ambitious, and then probably not going to happen for a very long time, but oh well. Next one is to attend a game at the World Cup, of course, FIFA World Cup. Next one's in 2022 in Qatar. Probably not going to go to that one because, well, one, it's going to be really hot there, and if you can't tell, I am this, which basically means I can't deal in temperatures like above 30 degrees, which is probably going to be what it'll be in Qatar, even if it's in the winter in 2022. That's not going to happen. But maybe the one after that, 2026, I'll be 25 then. That's 7 years into the future, you know that, right? That's a long time away. But yeah, I'd really love to go to a World Cup game, because I think that's something that'd be just really cool. Especially, I mean, it doesn't have to be an England game, because I just think going to a game at a World Cup would be amazing. And then a very similar thing to that would be to attend a major football final, so there'll be the Champions League, perhaps maybe like the World Cup as well, perhaps the final day of the Premier League, and you've got like you're one of the teams that are likely to win the title that day. I just really love to do that because there's so much happening, so much tension, so much ambition, all sorts. I really love to do that as well. Also, lighting's probably a bit weird. For some reason, my room's turned really yellow, and I don't know why. It's really strange. I just really love to do it. I don't know why, but I do, and hopefully everyone else kind of understands. But yeah, to go to a major final would be mad, realistically. Yeah, another one, again, another football one, that'd be to become a season ticket holder at Liverpool. I have applied with my dad, and apparently the waiting list is something ridiculous, like 10, 15 years. So if that one's just not going to happen, it's too much. I think we're going to try and apply when they do the next stadium extension, because we did get offered them when we went when the most recent stadium extension happened. But one, I think my dad's business was doing quite badly at the time, and two, I was still at school, which was like Saturday school as well, so that was a no-go. And then yeah, it was just really far away, and all sorts of different things. We went against it, but the next time it's definitely possible that we'll try and go for it. And if we do, then we can buy a house there, and then who knows, I might move up there, and that might be the house that I move into in number 2. So next one is something that actually requires me. This could be very possible of doing. Again, it would cost a lot of money, and it would be a lot of travelling. But I'd love to attend a WWE pay-per-view, so especially one of the main ones, so like the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. They'd be amazing to go to, just because there's so much nostalgia. I've done I've done 2 events before. Went to SmackDown in the UK, and that was when I was in year 9, maybe year 10. I think it was year 9, which was a long time ago. That was 2015. That one. And then a couple of years ago, so that was in year 12, I went to an event in Brighton, just a WWE live event in Brighton. If you don't know, I'm quite a big fan of the WWE. I mean, I'm a little bit out of it, and I have been for a while, but I still try to keep up to date, and to see what's happened, because it is kind of gone a bit stale. But I just love to do like one of the major WWE pay-per-views, because the atmosphere there is ridiculous. I know that for a fact. It's just ridiculous. And the last one, if you don't know, I am quite a private person, and I've got all sorts of things always going around my head that really doubt everything I do and things like that. So I just really like to be happy with how my life's going for once, because there's always something that I really don't enjoy about myself. I don't know what it is, but I'd love to do all sorts with my life that would just make it so much better, and it's not going to happen realistically if I just keep on going how I am, because I know that I know that I'm so unconfident, it's ridiculous. I know that the things that I want to do are way out of my reach. I know all sorts. So all the stuff that I want to do like this, I feel like this could be something that's really important for me. So if I do this, I will be able to do this final one, which is the biggest one. It's just to be happy with my life, be happy with myself. That's the ultimatum. That is the biggest one possible. And once I do that, I will have felt like I've actually, been happy with myself for once. And that will be the biggest thing possible. And my throat's really dry, so I'm gonna have a drink quickly. Yeah, guys, so that is the end of the video. That's kind of everything put together that I wanted to have. And, I'm really happy with that, that I can finally do this. I finally got some more. Of course, things will probably get added. I did just hit myself, and that actually really hurt. Yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Who knows what the next video is going to be. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.